What's up everybody, and welcome to another KeySmash Studios video. Today we're going to be doing the next episode of Halo Reach played by a game designer. Today we're going to be doing the level The Package. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It really does help us out. And we're going to jump right into it this week. Alright, where we left off, Kat had just been killed as New Alexandria fell. And we are going to Oni Sword Base for a torch and burn operation, supposedly. But now we're getting to the point of the story where all the storylines are culminating and weaving into a complete story. So this level really ties all the different arcs together, and we find out what we're going to be doing for the rest of Reach, as we know Reach is falling, but what's our goal beyond the planet?
Noble 1, this is Noble Actual. Noble 1, go ahead. We need that base taken out, son. What's your status? Still outside. Thermal on the interior shows standing room only. We're gonna have to thin them out or we'll be way too popular. Copy that, Noble 1. Holland down. We got a job to do, so let's stay focused and get it done. 6, are you in position?
Affirmative.
Good. Execute.
So we see that we have a few
Get ready to go out.
ODST drops with us, or I think they're ODST, but one thing I really want to highlight in this is that we're reusing a level. So this is a fairly smart thing from the game design perspective, to be able to reuse a level. This is a level that we've come across before. When we were first at Oni Sword Base, we had to get rid of a shield generator on the top of this building here. So they've changed it slightly, raised the water level, but most importantly on this whole level you can see that they've put a video effect on the camera. And what I mean by this is the Covenant have been glassing the surface of Reach. But in doing that, they've changed the molecular structure of the atmosphere. So says the lore. The effect of that on the camera is that this level, while it was sort of more gray and green before, is now more orange and polluted, just typical colors that you would associate with pollution. And that is because of the glassing that's happening on the surface of the planet. It's a very interesting small little detail that they do. It really helps when you're reusing part of a level. If you change something so small, it really helps you as a game designer, for the player to not be bored and feel like they're doing the same thing again. Because here we are at a place where we've been before, and there's even hints to it. See, there's like a pelican down there in the screen. There's hints to the fact that we've been here before. There's hints to the fact that we're not necessarily winning the fight. But it's different because of something as simple as changing the color ratio that in the camera of the engine. So if you are ever making a game where you reuse a scene or reuse part of a scene, I'd highly recommend changing something small, like the color of the scene, maybe like the sounds of a scene, just some small detail that makes the player feel like they're just a little bit different the second time around.
Someone take him out!
If you remember last time we were at Oni Sword Base, we did this and we were in Warthog. So again, something slightly different. We're going to be going in a tank instead of a Warthog.
And tells me things ain't so simple. Might be a Scorpion that's still operational. 6. Take a look.
I've got the gun. Hit the gas.
Hopefully these guys get on the tank. Notice the background image has changed as well. There's Covenant vehicles in the sky. Just more little details that help make the player associate the fact that they are losing the overall fight for Reach.
All tangos neutralized.
Whoa, physics. The ghost, after you kill them, the polygons are still in the scenes. They still have a collider on the body. And you can run around, actually, if you run into them, you can push them around. But that causes other vehicles to collide with them.
Time to go to work, Noble 6. Take out those guns.
Clear.
So again, we're coming into an area where we've done a mission before. It's the same mission, but there's a firefight here that you can do at this location, and the previous existing mission. But we're going to be reintroduced to a mechanic that we've done this mechanic before, where we break down the shield generator or the battery of a anti-air turret. So before, while we were setting these up, we are now taking them down. Pretty standard for a quote-unquote torch and burn mission. Just grab a grenade here. And we'll go take out this anti-aircraft.
Nice job, 6. Falcons, commence descent. Meet you inside the base, Lieutenant.
So now we're going back, sort of retracing our steps of the original Oni Sword base mission, and we're going to go back to the original bridge. This time we won't be returning as gently or as well, because driving a tank is, I don't know, I don't like the controls of the tank. We'll just go backwards. No, we shouldn't. And our tank kind of got hurt there. And I really don't like driving these things. There's a ghost. There's our Pelicans. They are like air support for this mission. I don't even mind take the ghost. But yeah, they're air support for this mission, and they will help us as we go along. I wonder if I can sort of rush to the end, because we have seen this area before. And I don't want to like reiterate level design. Although I think I vaguely remember you needing to get the tank to this point, and not just you being here. Yeah, I think I need to get the tank over here. Oh wow. I got like tapped by that revenant and I died. Yeah, let me go get the tank. I think I need to get the tank to the end anyways.
Really missing cat right about now.
Notice the voice things, just again another emotional attachment to the characters. Cat would be opening the door where she's still alive. So is that really not him? Don't mind me, guys. Pro gamer, I promise. Getting stuck on the bodies of people that I've killed. I really do not enjoy driving these tanks. I feel like it would be a really cool mechanic for a tank controlling to have like the two joysticks, or like A and D on WASD control each track of the tank, so like you can go forward or backwards or something. I don't know, maybe not WASD, but some type of variable control for each of the two sides of the tank track. I feel like it would be a much more interesting camera and character controller. Woo. So I think I actually need to take the tank over here. It happens. Any ammo?
Tango! Coming from the pad! And the garage! Double time at 6, come on! Just in time, 6. Kill them all, Noble!
Now we need to infiltrate Sword Base, and we meet up with the, I guess, whoever's left of the Noble team to do this. In defense of the developers, this is really hard to do, but in a level that's really close quartered like this, having AI friends doesn't really help all that much. It's helpful outside, but particularly when you do this level on Legendary, they almost get in the way more than they help. But that's just sort of the nature of having like a really narrow, close-quartered map. So when we get to the actual level here, and we'll go through this door, this is where we diverge. Instead of going over here to this elevator, this doesn't work anymore, we turn around and we go to the door behind us. The close quarter nature of this type of level makes it really hard for AI to do a whole lot. So if you are designing a game that is narrative, like a narrative plot-driven story, keep in mind what you do with your level development. So if your levels are small and narrow, AI wouldn't be able to look quite as realistic as it would on a larger, more spread out map.
Run!
So notice how this level is really close and not very wide, and we're sort of going up the spiral thing. Even the enemy AI is having a little bit of a hard time here, right? Some of them are behind us, shooting at the human AI behind us. And some of them... Oh, I can push this? Excuse me, 1 second. This is a torch and burn op, is it not? Bye. Bye-bye, copier thing. Did it take damage? No. Even the enemy AI has a little bit of trouble, especially where you're spiraling on a narrow level. It's really hard for the game to trick the players. Oh, here's another one. Bye. It's really hard for the game to trick the players into thinking AI is real and it's doing its own thing. So just keep that in mind if you're designing a level like this. It's not a bad thing per se, it's just something to be aware of. One thing I want to highlight here as we go into this next section, and Halo does this really well, is offering the player weapons to give hints to what enemies they'll be fighting ahead. So anytime you come across a plasma pistol or a shotgun or something of the sort, you know that you're likely to be facing elites.
Please proceed to the prearranged coordinates.
Cryptic.
You know as much as I do, Level 4.
You get jetpacks, you're going on a level where you're jumping a lot. You get sprint, it's bunker battles. Things like that. So giving small hints of information and things that are more likely to show up in different areas can be a really dumb. Guess I shouldn't go charging into elites. Giving small hints on areas can be a really important change.
We're close. Up the ramp and to the right.
I almost died again.
Let's end this. Right behind. Watch out.
Overshield elites take so many headshots to kill. So audio cue that we finished that skirmish, and now we know to progress further through the level. So again, this is a narrow level. You don't really get a ton of help from the AI, and we get a bit of story coming up here about how and why we're here on Reach. So this is going to load a cutscene, a fairly involved cutscene.
Looks like they got themselves cornered.
Or we're committed to the position. I'm going with cornered. There's nothing here.
No load-bearing columns either. Sir, if we're supposed to blow this place, this ain't the spot to do it from.
Dot, check your vector.
Vector confirmed, Commander. We are precisely where Oni has directed. Apologies. Coordinates revised. Please confirm?
Revised?
By an AI of unknown origin, whose clearance is well above my own.
Well, it's pointing us a click and a half east and 2,000 feet underground.
I didn't bring my shovel, Commander.
Sir, I say we go AI free on this one. Obviously, these coordinates are junk, and the longer we go chasing them...
What is this, Dot?
Our revised route, Commander.
All right, we came this far.
So here is where our storylines mesh. On the one hand, we have Halo Noble Team trying to defend Reach. And on the other hand, we have this converging story of Dr. Halsey with her, like, trying to find artifacts on the planet. And this moment late into the campaign is where those two storylines connect and intermesh. And we find out about a super advanced AI, which is above the pay grade, so to speak, of Dot, who's the AI that assists the Noble Team.
Your new AI friend tell you anything else, Dot? Dot.
She's been expecting you.
That's perfect.
Apologies for the unusual security measures, Commander, but the stakes demand it.
Dr. Halsey. Casualty reports have you listed as...
Yes, well, as they say, news of my death has been greatly exaggerated. I only wish the same could be said of the rest of Noble Team.
We all do, ma'am.
It may please you to learn that the data module Noble 2 procured from Visegrad Station contained precisely what my scientist promised. A latchkey discovery. It has unlocked, at last, the secrets of this excavation.
Not sure I understand.
Your orders were a pretext to bring you to me, and have been overridden. You are here, Team Noble, to ensure the delivery of this vital data to a secure location.
Doctor, our orders are to destroy all sensitive material.
Others will handle the demolition.
I'll need to confirm this new directive with command.
Colonel Holland will be briefed. You belong to Oni now.
So Naval Intelligence has taken control over Noble 6. Again, we see a little bit of tension
Before you
between
is
Carter
an alien
and
artifact,
Halsey.
neither human nor covenant in origin, advanced beyond our comprehension, until now. Thanks to Noble 2, the decrypting of its data is nearly complete.
Whatever we're doing down here, we better do it quick.
Have your data ready, ma'am. We're coming to you.
The decrypting process is still underway.
I don't think you understand. We're out of time. If it isn't portable when we reach you, it's gonna get buried.
Bury any of it, and you bury mankind's best chance for survival. Commander, you've been wondering what your Spartans died for? They died for this. Please, buy me all the time you can.
So we reach a little bit of a variable level here.
Let's find Halsey's
So depending
lab.
on the difficulty that
Commander, I'm
you
seeing turrets
go
already
through,
in defensive position.
this level will change based on that difficulty.
They sure as hell got
On
it.
Legendary, you have to defeat 4 waves here.
Spartans,
With auto
you
defense
cannot allow the
turrets.
Covenant
On
to break through the door to my
hard,
lab.
it's 3, and then
Understood.
normal's 2.
Let's give the doctor
I don't
the
know
time
what
she
easy
needs.
is. I've actually never played this on
Noble
easy,
team, there are
but
4 defense turrets to assist
since
you in
I'm
defending the lab.
playing and
Get them
commenting
online
at the same
and
time,
quickly.
this is normal, so we'll go through
When the
2
turrets
different
take too
waves.
much damage, they'll shut down to recharge. You'll need to reactivate them when they come back online.
Noble 6, activate the turret to set up a perimeter.
So, visual cue of what we're defending, and we've got HUD icons for things that we need to activate. I don't really have a ton of DMR ammo left. Can I run underneath this? No.
They're landing out of range, across the bridge.
Oh, hello.
I need more time. Whatever you have to do, do it.
Truly, watching me is a master course of aiming. Notice the alternate routes around the level. It's just a little facade of choice. ammo. Ow. Oh. There is actually a Spartan laser in the center, if you so choose. So if the auto defense starts, you can see on the right side of the screen it says A, B, C, D. If they ever get low enough, you have to go reactivate them. An interesting sort of side mechanic is that if they get really low but don't quite die, you can go melee them yourself and they'll auto reboot to full health. I'm not sure if that's a bug or like an intended mechanic. I believe it's an intended mechanic, but it is what it is.
Prepare to die.
So notice, unlike before, we talked about how they load and unload things. They always keep on the same level. So it's still the same. It's a dynamically loaded engine level. But due to the fact that they used a really long cutscene on this particular mission, I can almost guarantee... Oh, there's a Wraith. I can almost guarantee that this is an entirely separate mission. Let me find the jetpack. Oh, there we are. I can almost guarantee this is an entirely separate mission. Or an entirely separate engine map from the start of the mission. I'm gonna go hunt down this Wraith. Also worth noting, like before, how we talked about how the level is dynamically changes based on difficulty. So the length of the waves and other stuff, the number of Wraiths changes based on difficulty as well. So I believe this is the only Wraith we'll have to deal with. Oh, I can't throw a grenade in there. Okay. Okay, that's that. And this is a good time to take notice of what I was talking about with the camera effect. This is one of the reasons I know it's an entirely different level, is the camera is different. We've gotten to a section of the planet that the glassing has not affected yet. So the camera is much closer to the original color palette than it was to the color palette of when there was a glassing effect in the atmosphere of Oni.
Another Phantom dropping troops to flank us.
Maybe we can grab a Banshee and bring the fight to them.
It's an awkward time to say I just shot down the Banshee. That was dangerous. So this is the second time we've come across jumpers. They're quite annoying to hit because they jump, obviously. But like I usually say, this is a master course in aiming. My playthroughs. They're very, very sad.
Turret shutting down.
So there's the turret shutting down. If I had been the last one to hit it, it would have done an auto reboot. But it didn't. So it doesn't really change much. It's just interesting. And that is the end of the second wave.
The package is almost ready. Just a little more.
I think. Maybe not. I thought that was the end of the second wave. Maybe I can show the thing with the D auto turret.
More Covenant. Get your defenses ready, 6.
Okay, yeah, that was the end
Well
of
done,
the wave.
Spartans. I'm opening the laboratory door.
So you'd still be going for a while if you were on legendary. Oh, I should be dead. I should be dead. Another hit. And now we're going to go into the final cutscene. So this is where the noble team meets the AI, which is Cortana. Spoiler alert. We see the artifact and the data being streamed into it.
What is this stuff?
Knowledge. A birthright from an ancient civilization. This AI is its custodian, and she has chosen you as her couriers.
Chosen? By an AI?
By this AI, yes. Her measure of you carries as much weight as my own, perhaps more. You are to take her to the UNSC shipbreaking yard in Azad. There you'll find a Halcyon-class cruiser waiting to get her off-planet.
I understand.
Do you? Mankind is outmatched. When Reach falls, and it will fall, our annihilation is all but certain. Unless we can glean from this artifact a defense against the Covenant. A game-changer. On the level of the conical bullet in the 19th century, or faster-than-light travel in the 23rd.
And what if we can't?
An apt question, if there were somewhere else to place our hope. There is not.
So here we get a revelation that is fairly important. Notice the camera angle there. It was looking like it was going to Carter,
She has made her choice.
and instead it goes to the player. This is the most Master Chief-like character in the game,
Yes.
according
Say the
to
words,
Cortana's opinion.
I have it. Dr. Halsey, Noble 3 will escort you to Castle Base.
I require no escort, Commander.
June, make sure nothing falls into enemy hands.
I'll do what's necessary, sir. Good luck.
You too, Rifleman.
Will this be the last we ever see of June? We may never know. Or we'll find out next week when we continue this, as this is the end of the episode. As always, if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It really does help us out. And hopefully, we'll see you next week. And when we see you next week, we're going to go find the Pillar of Autumn.
Extraction point left on this continent. Small-scale air attacks have decimated many convoys en route. An armada of Covenant cruisers is hastening to the site as well. UNSC cruiser Pillar of Autumn is awaiting your arrival.
Wouldn't be a noble mission if it were easy.
There's the blow up of the base, in case you were wondering what that was.